say Congress is like a box of chocolates. Each piece is its own individual, but they all serve the ultimate purpose to satisfy me, constituent. I remember when I was running for legislature.
Hey, you! Hello. How are you doing? Okay. Do you want to be in Congress for 6 years? Do you want to control treaties and elect people to official power? Okay. Are you 30 years old? Have you lived in the States for 9 years? Do you live in Greenbow, Alabama?
Well, I'm only 25.
Well, then you could be in the House of Representatives as long as you're 25 and lived in the States for 7 years. And as a House of Representatives representative, you have the power to pass legislature in the House and send to the Senate. And also, if the electoral college is at a standstill, you get to decide who the president is.
Okay.
Well, that's all I have to say about that. I was a runner once. It made me think of the difference between British Parliament and U.S. Congress.
In British Parliament, the parties have the power. They debate national issues, either supporting or opposing the government. Also, they can hardly afford a phone call, and if they oppose a leader, they're likely to lose their job. When I was a senator, I had the support of my local constituents, just like this here jog. I ran with the locals by my side, representing them in Congress. Because the people elect the president, I get to voice my own local and personal interests in Congress. The money's real good, too.
Well, that's all I have to say about that. I remember back in Vietnam, my superiors reminded me of the organization of Congress.
Back in Vietnam, Lieutenant Dan reminded me of the Speaker of the House. He was a very influential man, born because he was well respected. Next in line is the majority and minority leader. They decide the daily business and order the bills as presented in Congress. After them is the majority and minority whip. They take a nose count of who's voting which way and help ensure party unity. Then there's the committee chairs and the privates that serve under them.
Well, that's all I have to say about that. Politics is real confusing. It's a good thing we have committees to break it down in. Makes me think of when I used to play football for Oregon.
Go Ducks.
Standing committees are like the offense and defense. Each side is a permanent body that has their own specific goal to help the team win. From there, the subcommittees of players work to run the ball, or pass the ball, play zone defense, or blitz. Each player does his own part. Special teams are like select committees. They are needed every once in a while, but they ain't on the field all the time. Like during practice sessions, our own team's offense and defense comes to a joint session to work out the kinks for one final passes effort that'll win the game.
Well, that's all I have to say about that. Passing bills, them's were the days. Kinda like my days I spent on a shrimp boat.
Passing a bill is a long, complex, tedious process where at any moment the bill could die. First, someone has to draft a bill, then a congressman introduces the legislation. The bill gets referred to the appropriate committee and gets put on the calendar for review. Here, the bill is edited and is recommended to full committee. After a recommendation comes more analysis, and the bill is ordered to the House or the Senate. Next, the bill goes back to the chamber that it came from for changes. Then it's sent to the other chamber for editing. After a whirlwind vote where both houses agree on the same bill, it gets sent to the president. The president signs or vetoes the bill, but if Congress gets a 2/3 majority, it may overturn a veto and make the bill a law. Because there are so many opportunities for the bill to die, if you want a bill to pass, you just have to keep supporting it. You don't always catch shrimp on the first try, but if you keep at it, you're bound for some kind of success, even if it ain't quite what you expected.
After all these years in Congress, still don't quite understand it. Mom always said, stupid is as stupid does. That's all I have to say about that.